cornbread. And what I'm going to do first, this is about 3 cups of Aunt Jemima cornmeal mix. And I like Aunt Jemima cornmeal mix because the proportions of flour and baking powder and salt are already in the mix. The next thing, we're going to make a buttermilk jalapeno cornbread today. Buttermilk gives cornbread a really, really nice flavor. And I'm going to just kind of eyeball it. This is, well, I need my reading glasses, but probably about 1.5 cups of buttermilk. And I'm going to just take the whisk and stir it up just to see what the consistency is. You want the cornbread to be a batter, and that's looking really good. And as I said before, we want to make a jalapeno cornbread, but before I put the peppers in, I'm going to put in 2 eggs, just because I like a light, rich, and fluffy cornbread. So, I'm going to put 2 eggs. Sometimes I'll even use 3 eggs. Because one thing that we don't want is a dense, dry cornbread. You want a really rich, moist cornbread. And so, I'm just going to mix that up really good. And make sure the eggs are well incorporated. And all the dry and wet ingredients are combined. Then next, actually this is about 2 large jalapenos, which equals about 1/4 cup. And so we're going to dump those in. Now, if you like your cornbread hot, all you need to do is de-seed it and chop the jalapenos up. But if you're like me, you just like the flavor of the peppers, but you don't want the heat. The white stems, grainy stems inside your peppers, you want to cut that out before chopping it up. Okay, see how simple that is? We're almost ready. Okay, now there is a secret ingredient to my cornbread. And this is probably the first time I've ever shared what that is. And that is Hellmann's mayonnaise. And this is almost a whole cup of Hellmann's mayonnaise. Now what this mayonnaise does for it, it makes it even lighter. And not dense, but very light and fluffy. And so we're going to incorporate the mayonnaise. Like that. You want to make sure that you mix it really well. Not like mixing a cake, but you just want to make sure that the ingredients are blended. So, the next, I'm going to put just a little bit more buttermilk because cornbread seems a little thick. Now that's looking better there. Now this is enough for about a large cast iron skillet. But today I'm going to make corn muffins. Okay? Now, this is what I use. Sometimes I use butter. Sometimes I use vegetable oil or canola oil. Sometimes I use olive oil. Today I'm going to use olive oil. And the thing about cornbread is, what I find is you need more oil than you think. You put plenty of oil in there, bakes the side of the cornbread and makes the edges taste really good and crispy. And so we're going to just stir that in. Just like that. I'm going to stir carefully so I don't spill over the sides. Just right. I can see. You want to be able to see the oil in the cornbread. And I know the directions say use 2 or 3 tablespoons. You need more than 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. And what I find, the thinner the cornbread, the better. After your cornbread bakes, it does not need to be any more than about maybe 1.25 inches thick. Okay? And so you just take a scoop and scoop it in. About half full. And then this is going to bake. These are muffins, probably about 15 to 20 minutes at 375. Just clean that off in a minute. Okay. I've cleaned off my pans. Now we're getting ready to put the cornmeal muffins in the oven, jalapeno-buttermilk muffins in the oven, and we'll let you know when they're done.
Why do we always play music when we cook?
It's relaxing. It makes cooking easier. I don't know about you, but it relaxes me. Particularly old school music and jazz. So, we have our corn muffins, jalapeno buttermilk corn muffins, and we have our caramelized candied sweet potatoes. And it smells great in here. It's amazing. The garlic and the onions and those stir-fried collard greens and the caramel that's on these sweet potatoes and these moist, slightly spicy corn muffins.